And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that lovely duct tape from times gone by. And I hope you had a great break. And I hope you're ready for some more StarCraft, because we are back here with a fresh, brand new best of 7 series between Platinum Heroes and Starlight Twinkle.
Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Is that for real?
What do you mean? The name doesn't strike fear into your heart? It isn't the most metal name you've ever heard? Is that what you're saying?
Are they vampires? Are they incredibly fast?
They are Team Edward. That is true. Can confirm. And Platinum Heroes are clearly Team Jacob. In this in this narrative that we're forming here today. Are you a fan of the doggos, or are you a fan of the shining men?
Oh, they're impossibly fast and strong. Their skin is pale white and ice cold. His eyes change color.
That's a vampire if I ever heard of one. Is that not? Is that?
Oh, yeah.
What's the quote? I'm into things.
I'm into this. What? Yeah, that's the quote. She goes, "You're impossibly fast and strong. Your skin is pale, white, and ice cold. Your eyes change color, and sometimes you speak like you're from a different time." I'm into that. Nice.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's how the movie goes. Hold on. What's the quote? I'm thinking of a quote. What's the quote? God.
Is it not the thing that I've been saying?
No, it's the other thing.
The other thing?
Never mind.
Where they play baseball?
They did play baseball. This did happen.
It's actually the best scene. Why did I look up lyrics?
Why?
Lyrics is the wrong thing. Quotes. Lyrics.
The random baseball scene. It's really
incredible. It's the best scene ever.
It's cinematic.
In any movie.
Cinematic brilliance, mate. It's beautiful.
Actually so good. I used to make fun of Twilight, and then I watched it and I'm like, I could watch this a lot of times.
What's wrong with you?
It's so good. It's so bad, but it's so good. There's so many things it does so right.
Yeah,
there's so much potential.
It's the perfect movie. It's actually the perfect movie. You know, it's got romance. It's got comedy. It's got it's got action as well. Do you remember that? That's the one thing that I remember from the last movie is that they literally
you watched the first one.
They did the thing where they go all out. They have a massive action sequence. Everyone dies, and then at the end of it, it was all a dream. It was like, oh, okay.
Oh, no. I looked up Twilight quotes, and the first one is, "I don't want to know what the square root of pi is." yeah, relatable. Number one quote.
No one wants to know what the square root of pi is, okay? Does anyone want to know that? Facts.
True.
Anyway.
These quotes are really bad.
Oh my god. I was thinking of the 50 Shades of Grey quote. What is it? It's
Wait, what?
My desires are
unconventional.
Unconventional, that's it.
Oh no. Please start the game.
Speaking of unconventional desires, I think we all are ready here for our fresh new series. As you can see, we have a pretty sick and interesting lineup, to be honest. We have your traditional Platinum Heroes, as we would expect. We have Art and AqueroN coming out, but here in 2023, we have a revamped roster, and we've been talking a lot about Vindicta, and I look forward to seeing Vindicta represent them in the future. But other than Vindicta, they even picked up a couple of the old Team Super Koreans.
Yeah, so they went ahead and they picked up, it was Stephen Curry and threepoint.
Yeah, Stephen Curry and threepoint. Some Korean players that we have been lucky enough to cast during the Sparkling Tuna Cup era, and they definitely have a lot of potential with them. I know Ash is a really big fan of Stephen Curry's PVT.
Yeah. When he joined Plat Heroes, I was like, hello, I'm a big fan. You once put all of my you once put 5 of my SCVs into orange health. And he was like, oh yeah, I remember you.
Oh yeah, you had a good time, right?
Yeah. Why were you limping?
Oh god. Oh no. Well, we're about to limp ourselves into game number 1 here. We're going to start things off with a bit of a PvP. And of course, if you're unfamiliar with Team Edward, with Starlight Twinkle, they are a Chinese team. They have been quite prevalent here in these online team leagues. And yeah, they're going to be coming out here as well in Rak'Shir.
That's right, and here we go, spawning up in the top right-hand corner of the map. It is our Chinese Protoss in the red. For Starlight Twinkle, this is ReWhite.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Ancient Sister, and we have his opponent, the Polish Protoss player, the pink Polish Protoss, People Eater, representing Platinum Heroes. It is Art.
Right, I have a special room.
Oh.
It has stalkers and sentries and adepts.
Oh. Joy.
You have desires that are unconventional.
You're an animal. Let me join you. Oh.
No mouth required.
Excuse me? What?
Protoss, they don't have mouths.
True. Oh, I thought... What if I want to use it?
What? No. Let's move on. As we are going to be having 2-gate openings coming out for both players here, which gives us plenty of time to play the PvP game. You go first.
Okay. I predict double adept out of ReWhite and
Yeah.
Sentry Stalker out of Art.
I'm gonna go double adept from ReWhite as well, and I'm gonna go Stalker for Art.
Oh, yeah, it's a solid pick. I regret it as soon as I said Sentry. I had to commit as well. So we'll see the first 2 units out of these players, as we do see 2-gate openers, and ReWhite is going to be going for double Stalker. Oh,
You're right, Stalker Sentry.
he's crazy.
Should have trusted your gut.
I should have. I don't, because it doesn't have a pancake inside.
The pancakes got kind of they got a bit messed up. I don't know if you got Uber Eats recently, but they're quite forceful with putting
Excuse me?
bag like in their car.
Oh, they manhandled your pancakes, is what you're saying. They
did. It was kind of a blob when it got to me.
They wrestled with him, mate. He didn't want to go in, and they had to, yeah.
No.
Oh.
I heard it. It was crying out to me. And I ate it.
The poor pancakes. But of course, we have a much more safe opener from Arts due to the Stalker Sentry opener. He's going to have plenty of hallucinations available to him to rush across the map and get all that scouting information. It looks like ReWhite was more concerned with more defensive play, as he does stay at home with his first 2 Stalkers. He's chilling.
Yeah, ReWhite going to be going into those sentries as well. So both players going into a very standard setup. Art here with the 3 Stalkers, 3 sentries. It's pretty much as standard PvP as you can get. Behind this, going to be going into a Twilight Council for that blink as well. So Yeah, both players playing things quite simple and calm. We are going to be having a bit of an off-time adept attack here, but fortunately for Art, he's going to see this extremely early, so he should be able to block off this wall.
Oh, Art actually didn't have the minerals for a pylon, but in the end, ReWhite did not commit to the shade. Despite that, he was able to get a scout off. He actually did see the Twilight Council. Oh my god, he gets it again for a second time as well to confirm. So, nice scouting so far by ReWhite.
Yeah, these adepts definitely paying for themselves, and he's going to recall them back, make sure that he isn't losing those too cheaply. Does manage to get that second one home despite it almost going down. And behind this, just going to be sending out those constant hallucinations himself, getting his own blink. Both players in a very similar place so far.
They really are. Similar builds, similar openers as well. We do see a Robo being thrown down first for Art. That's kind of the first major deviation between our players. But as that does happen, I was going to say that ReWhite should be able to scout that, but he wasn't able to get into the main base with his hallucination. Not yet, anyway, as he will have enough energy for another as well. He does have 3 sentries back at home, so plenty of scouting, plenty of scouting.
Yeah, both players just trying to paint that map, and looks like not really much deviation from their builds either. We do have a slightly earlier Robo coming out for Art here.
Yeah, with that he can commence immortal production quite quickly. He can work on those observers. He also has potential for a prism, but we don't see an influx of gateways, so I don't really see too much aggression coming out from him anytime soon. And we can see him even setting up for his own third as well.
Yeah, interesting. I guess his Robo is just an extra safety measure here.
Yeah, I don't blame him, you know, like, we have seen, even this week, even a couple of days ago, DTs win games in PvP. Hero does things in his own way, but they are definitely something that is quite prevalent in this matchup.
Yeah, Hero's been really liking the DTs lately and putting a lot of emphasis on controlling those quite heavily. That isn't what ReWhite's going to be doing here. It's not what Art's going to be doing. ReWhite going to be going a little bit earlier here into the upgrade, so does have a small advantage in that way, just for the corners it is cutting here.
Definitely. Is going to be able to have a bit of a better economy. ReWhite will, with that probing, is eventually going to get into its own Robo. And this is kind of what we expected from Art, and that is the earlier immortal production. It is definitely going to sway fights in his favor when it comes to Stalker versus Stalker, but we're not going to be stuck on that for too much longer because both players are headed towards Chargelets, and I imagine Art comes after that.
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty much just as standard can be from both. Little bit.
Yeah, he's able to get 4 probes for his troubles. He's able to take a slight worker lead in the end as things are evening up overall. I say evening up, I guess the biggest difference right now is the upgrades are pretty well lined up for our 2 players, is that Art will have that 1 immortal advantage. Could sway things in his favor, definitely could, has potential.
You know, it's weird. I kind of want to learn how to do this. Like play a macro PvP. I don't know why. It's always just looked very appealing to me.
Just play with DTs. Play with DTs. You know, be like Hero.
I usually just one base all in with Stalkers, but like, this looks kind of fun. You like run around with your big baller army, and you got your War Prism, and you're making Archons and Stalkers and blinking on the blinkers. And
good, Spappy. It's good. You know, you got the overcharge, you got the shield battery, you got the green beam.
Yeah. You got the Nexus.
Oh, Art is actually being pulled a little bit out of position here by the Prism. Does deny that Prism from going into his main base. Meanwhile, ReWhite comes in from the left-hand side. Oh, is going to be pulled back though. Oh.
Yeah, huge warp in, but a little bit poorly timed. He's going to be getting these Stalkers isolated here.
Oh yeah, the Stalkers are going to be going down. There's no charges to support them. ReWhite losing a little bit too much. At the same time, he does go for a Zealot run by, but we have that overcharge. We have some Zealot reinforcements, and ReWhite is losing just far too much.
Yeah, Art unfortunately fighting these Zealots away from his shield battery, but it's not really going to matter too much. He's not losing probes, that's the important thing. And ReWhite gets chased to the other side of the map, loses everything bar for 6 Stalkers, and what is there to deal with this counterattack by Art? Pretty much nothing. That was dominant from Art. Pretty poor timing from ReWhite, and he's going to be absolutely crushed here at the natural.
Yeah, exactly. His push was punished, and it's going to go all the way across the map. Art cleans up the entire army. There is a warping of Zealots in the main base of Art, and it is going to force him to reinforce back at home instead. But his main army is still strong enough. He still has enough. He still has that Immortal from the beginning of the game. His Archons are still alive as well.
Ooh. Yeah, as Robo's been depowered, the shield battery overcharge going to be going down. Zealot's being warped in behind this. All that really stands in his way is a few Stalkers, and oh, that's a brutal force field too. Those Archons just going to make a mincemeat of those probes.
Oh, probes, not like this. The Bay is going to be going down as well. ReWhite is going to get one Disruptor. It is in his main, and with this Disruptor, he can maybe hold on a little bit longer. We do have another massive Zealot warping in the main base of Art. But is it going to be enough? It doesn't look to be the case. Nova goes up. Ooh.
Yeah, good Nova going to be taking out a couple sentries there, putting some damage on the Immortal as well. We do have a couple bases behind this as well, so ReWhite's not insanely behind. They actually have the same probe count here.
Yeah, worker counts are neck and neck. Arts, he hasn't been able to saturate his 4th base at all, so despite the fact that ReWhite lost 18 workers, economically he's still okay. He just lost a lot of tech. We can see that he's rebuilding his robo. He's rebuilding his robotics bay as well. He is still hurting army supply-wise.
Yeah, he is missing the complexity as well of Art's army. Art here, he's got 4 Archons, he's got the Immortal, got a good amount of Zealots as well, and he is going straight back in. It's really, really good for him that he is not giving ReWhite the time that he needs. Oh, massive Disruptor shot, but I don't think it's going to be enough.
Exactly. One Nova's pretty good, but he needs more than just one Nova. The Poison Pool to try to get out of there, but they run into Archons once again. The 3rd base is going to be going down. At the same time, ReWhite goes for a massive Stalker counterattack, and it is going to be able to deal some damage, but ReWhite is going to be losing his other bases. His 4th has finally been found out.
Yeah, so just a few Zealots are going to be able to take that one out. He is down to 1 base here, and it's pretty much mined out. Stalker's going to be putting some damage on this 3rd, but can he hold at the front here? It's looking pretty unlikely with the 4 Archons and the Immortal.
Yeah, exactly. There's just far too much here. Across the map, ReWhite, he gets a base. He's going to be able to maybe even get a 4th as well, but there's no way for him to regain control of his main base. The production is getting depowered, and ReWhite, what you see is what you get. He only has these 18 Stalkers remaining, and Artie's still mining. You can still warp in. You can even recall.
Instead, he's going to be warping in across the map with all these Stalkers, trying to take out every single building here. This is a bit of copium light.
Just a little bit of copium. ReWhite's going to try and come in from behind and try and make something happen. It looks like the rest of his army is coming back home. His boys are being pulled as well. We have one last hurrah here for ReWhite.
Yeah, one last-ditch effort there. Going to try to dive in, snipe out that Warp Prism. Fantastic focus fire there. Takes out the Warp Prism and the Immortal. Going to be taking down these Archons as well, but just can't deal with the Stalkers. GG.
GG gets called. ReWhite just wanted one final fight. Isn't able to pull it off, though. And Art takes game number 1.
Yeah, game 1 of that PvP going there to Art. Art definitely looking a little bit more solid and strong there. A bit of some slightly questionable decision making there from ReWhite, but nothing that he can't adjust there.
There you go. It's okay, Papi. I mean, ReWhite overall, I think he was doing quite well for himself. I want to say he was ahead at times as well. Just that one moment where he tried to push in towards the 3rd base, he had a very, very kind of questionable fight, questionable engagement, where he lost everything. He was punished pretty hard for his attack.
Yeah. That was pretty rough, just because he got split away from his Zealot warp in there, and maybe just getting a little bit too fancy there. I would have liked to see him Perhaps try something a bit more conventional.
Oh, yeah. You know, vanilla play isn't a bad thing. You know, it's okay to mix it up every now and then, and sprinkle it into your life. Uh, as we're gonna be a little bit here. I did disconnect earlier, if you recall, and now I'm restarting my client. And the game still thinks I'm online, so I can't log in because it's
Okay. I'll just play a ladder game while you're waiting.
You're an animal. Oh. Oh my god! So it's gonna take a little bit here for us to come back. It's okay. The show will go on. Oh, thank you, please.
The show's over. Pack it up.
Pack it up.
It's gone.
It was just a little bit too unorthodox, you know. It was too much. It's too much. Oh.
They sent you to jail. You've gone to Blizzard jail, where no one goes because the reporting system doesn't work.
Smooch, Bobby, smooch. Okay, I'm coming back. I'm on my way back. It's okay. It's okay. But yes, we're gonna be getting ready for game number 2 of this best of 2 PvP, and game 2 is going to be on Gresvan. Oh, it's your favorite map.
Where are you?
Where
are you?
I'm coming back. I'm not leaving you. Oh.
Cannot see your face.
All right.
Sorry. Okay. You get me in there.
No, do it again. Tell us more, Papi. Tell us more. Animal. What's David up to, mate? He's on an achievement grind.
I don't know.
Oh
he's just like popping all these achievements. He said he's like playing unranked games to grind the achievements.
Why?
I think he's just getting the achievements in the unranked games and then leaving. Maybe.
Maybe. Why?
Yeah, looks like it. Yeah. Monkey.
Oh my god. Beautiful. Oh, he got it. He got Supreme Being.
I'm gonna ask him about it.
Yeah, that's complete all unranked combat achievements. He did it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you get a portrait for that?
I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe I'll be doing that tonight if you get a portrait for it.
There you go. There you go. Oh my god! Shout out to old mate David, doing the Lord's work on unranked ? As we are leading into game number 2. I apologize for the delay. Apologize for the wait. Just some technical issues, but they have been resolved.
Like, if you had a football team, what would be the mascot? And you can't say Ducklings.
Oh, platypus. The platypi.
Oh. Yeah. Okay, hang on. We'll come back to that. As spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of the map is the Polish Protoss in the pink for Platinum Heroes. This is art.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Gresvan, we have his opponent, the Chinese Protoss player representing Starlight Twinkle. It is ReWhite.
This isn't just PvP, man. This is art.
Stay with me. I can't lose
You're
you
painting
yet.
You're painting a picture, but with their probes.
Oh. The beams
Radical.
are just an expression of how they feel on the inside.
It may look like they're warping in stalkers, but they're warping in emotions.
Why?
Chrono boost my heart.
Why are the Protoss all stoners? What happened?
I don't know. And too long in the collar.
Been touching tips too long, mate. Aye.
Oh.
Here we go.
The platypuses.
Yeah, wait, hold on. This is actually crazy now that I think about it. Is there like a law? Is it like in the fine print of the National Rugby League that they can't use any like Australian animals? Because like there's no wombat, there's no emus, there's no platypuses, there's no like like right, like the iconic Australian animals that you would expect to see are not being used at all.
I mean, okay, so AFL has kangaroos.
What?
I think rugby union has the Tasmanian Devils. Maybe something has the Tasmanian Devils. Maybe cricket.
Cricket, man, no one cares about cricket.
Yeah, that's true. Sheldon, if you're listening, you're nothing to me.
True. But right, like we're using bulldogs? Question. We've run out of some animals, and we're using like knights. What? Eels? Rabbits?
Titans?
Rabbits? They're the invaders. The rabbits are not.
I feel like it's all British things. Isn't it?
Actually.
We need the wombats and the platypuses.
The only thing.
The walkers.
The only thing that was native to Australia that now isn't a thing anymore, conspiracy, was the magpies. Right? We were talking about them earlier. The magpies, they're Aussie. And now they're gone.
There's an AFL team called the Magpies too. But what about the tigers? What if they're Tasmanian tigers?
They're not.
What if?
the logo is very, very clearly not a Tasmanian tiger.
But what if?
but what if, man?
Man, these stalkers, they walk so crazy.
As we do see double stalker openers from both sides here, pushing up a ramp is a bold move, but ReWhite comes out ahead here in this little skirmish. Oh.
Great trades coming out for ReWhite, but Art is able to get in here with the Oracle. The Oracle going to be taking out 4 probes, actually fights the Stalker and takes out the Stalker. You don't see that every day. And 7 probes going to be going down. Disastrous damage here for ReWhite.
Exactly. There is a shield battery here at the natural, but 9 probes do go down. Can ReWhite reciprocate that damage because he has an Oracle of his own? It's going into the main base. The shield battery is not done yet, and he's also going to get some probe kills.
Yeah, but the Stalkers, they're in position. They're going to be able to push this back. So as much as... I think it only got... Let's have a look. Yeah. He's kind of dead.
He's kind of dead, mate. The Oracle is coming back into the main base, and ReWhite wasn't ready for it. 2 probes are going to be going down. We have a second Oracle set up outside the natural as well, and ReWhite is being pulled apart.
Yeah, behind this, Art able to already go up into his Twilight Council. He's going to have that blink that much further ahead. This one Oracle almost goes down there, but does get out. 2 probes going down for the trouble.
Oh yeah, 2 probes go down. That is actually going to equalize the worker counts overall. Even though ReWhite has lost more probes overall, he has been able to produce more over time as well. That's why his natural was a little bit faster. Art's Stargate was a little bit faster as a result. So, you know, with this back and forth, ReWhite's looking okay, but we still have these Oracles and they want more damage. They're coming back in towards the natural.
Yeah, my worry for ReWhite is he's missing a lot of Stalkers, so he's not able to cover both bases. And there we go. 4 of those probes going to be going down without any hull damage being received.
Oh, exactly. At the same time, ReWhite also loses one of his Oracles across the map. It was a low health Oracle at that. He only has 1 remaining. He doesn't have one-shot potential. On top of that, his own tech is that much later. It wasn't just the late Stargate, it's also the late Twilight Council. It's just now about to finish up as Blink is halfway done for Art.
Yeah, and I mean, Blink, it's such an important upgrade in this matchup. A bit more hull damage going to be going down on that Oracle there. That's some really nice Stalker movement by Art to go out and find that.
Yeah, definitely, you know, some hull damage is done. Cure Revelation of the Oracles of Art, just to make sure that ReWhite is in position and can actually defend against these goddamn Oracles. But Art, he's getting ready for the finishing move, mate. We have so many Stalkers. Looking at the units tab, Art has double the Stalker count of ReWhite.
What's his finishing move, puppy?
Oh. Art?
Has he been learning from Oliveira?
Oh, he's going for the. It can't be the rear naked chokehold, mate. He's going for the
Front naked choke. He's going right in there. Takes out every single stalker. All the probes are being pulled. GG is called an Art with a very convincing 2-0.
GG, well played. Art takes a solid lead here for his team, for Platinum Heroes. Actually, you're an animal.
Takes a solid lead in inappropriate fashion.
I just picture him just running at him.
don't picture. Don't.
Oh my god.
I get excited. Stay with me.
Shaking my head, mate. Shaking my head. GG, well played here by Art. Things, of course, getting very chaotic very early on here in game number 2. Unfortunately, ReWhite was just wasn't able to be prepared for that initial Oracle aggression. There was no safety shield battery in the main base. He wasn't ready for it, and things just got a little bit out of control real quick.
That they did, but not to worry, Light. We've got a Zerg for you.
We do, and I have to quickly change some settings here because I did not realize it, but threepoint has a very cheeky name on Europe. You love to see it.
Oh. Okay, I'll take your word for it. Oh no, I know his name. Isn't it Raynor?
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of confusing. You see that on streams, and people will be playing. It'll be like a 6K player playing as someone called Raynor, and they're like, "Whoa, you're playing Raynor!" So yeah, Raynor's on Platinum Heroes now. Let's go.
Let's go, Bobby. Let's go. That's where he went after Kaizi, Kappa. Oh god, but yes, I'm really excited. I love threepoint. He is one of my favorite Korean players out there. There's just something about these Korean apes. They're great. And
I would like him a lot more if I hadn't played against him a few times now.
No.
He's really depressing to play against. As here he is, spawning in the bottom right hand corner for the Platinum Heroes, one of their new pickups here. This is the Korean Zerg threepoint.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Gresvan, we have his opponent representing Starlight Twinkle. It is JoliwaLoves.
Remember, Maynard really enjoys this name.
Does he? What does he say?
Yeah, JoliwaLoves. I don't know. I can't remember. He just thought it was really funny. That's all I can remember.
He just wants to love, man.
It's all the Protoss want. They just want, everyone. We're kind of the same, you and I.
Huh?
The only thing that's different is I don't have a mouth and I have unconventional desires.
Yeah. Just the same. Just alike. It's beautiful. Oh my god. Yeah, JoliwaLoves, I love casting him. He's also one of those players, just like ReWhite, where he's got a lot of aliases and can sometimes be confusing to cast. But for the time being, is JoliwaLoves. And yeah, we don't really get to see these two face off against each other too often. In general, the Chinese players, they typically are contained to their own regional tournaments. Very rarely do we see them in ESL Open Cup Asia. Very rarely do we see them in these more online tournaments. So it's great to see them here. And I just want to see how threepoint interacts with them, Like, it's like you're putting them, these two animals in a cage, and what's going to happen? I don't know.
What's going to happen is your average Korea ladder game. I'm sure they play ladder with each other all the time.
True.
Probably both on barcodes, but yeah, we are going to be having that natural coming down at the natural, of course. And yeah, I'm going to say something. They hate that.
So good. Was it Magpie related? Was it about the NRL? Was it?
You're like that. It must have been important. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it about the NRL?
Was it about Twilight? Did you remember another quote from Twilight? Did you want to regale us
Oh.
again about the
Oh
baseball
no, I
scene?
remember.
Oh.
What if JoliwaLoves has his like Mio Micah villain arc and changes his name to JoliwaHates
Oh.
and just makes DTs every game?
Oh no. Not like this. What was me and Micah's villain arc? I mean,
It's just
Yeah.
it never stopped. It's just what he does.
Smurge, Papi Smurge. I mean, speaking of, we already have a pretty peculiar opener here. JoliwaLoves doesn't go for the Stargate. He does go for a Twilight Council opener instead.
Oh, yeah. I just saw the Robo, and I was like, oh, it's going to be a Robo first, but he's going for a fast glaive. It's going to be going for a couple extra gateways behind this, and we have been seeing a little bit of a resurgence of 4-gate glaives, and I really do like it on these maps just because they're that much more open. It's really hard to deal with these rotations sometimes. It can be difficult as well to connect these bases early. You can see as well, threepoint hasn't quite connected his main and his natural yet, which could be a little bit difficult.
It really can be, and I mean, we saw this recently. It was Dark versus Creator, if you recall, in ESL Americas, where Creator just had his way with Dark and ended up beating him in a best of 3 series, which is something we don't typically expect to see. So, Joliwa, maybe trying his best Creator impression. There are only 4 gates, as you pointed out. There's no 6 or 8 gate all in or anything like that.
I have a confession, Light. This is one of my favorite builds to watch in StarCraft. I really enjoy watching 4-gate glaives. I feel like there's just so much skill expression in this, where if you have a Protoss who's a lot better than the Zerg can know exactly what's coming their way, and they can defend the first few shades, and there's always just going to be, the damage is just going to seep in if the Protoss is more skilled. I just feel like it's such a high skill potential build.
Yeah, it's a lot of this does come down to commitments into the shade, comes into the Warp Prism control and micro as well. There's a lot that goes into this. As the Adepts do commit here, they're going to be reinforced by the Prism as well. A lot of these things are going to be going down, and now that links have been cleaned up, that means there's going to be a lot less for threepoint to keep up with these Adepts.
Yeah, really nicely done. Blocks off those lings at the ramp, takes out every ling. Going to be committing on top of the queens this time. So JoliwaLoves with a very interesting approach to this, going for lings and queens mostly over the drones, and just taking the drones if they present themselves. But he has actually lost quite a lot of these adepts here. Yeah,
a lot of the adepts are going to be going down. We need another reinforcement wave of adepts here for JoliwaLoves, and it looks like he can't quite get it. A lot of the adepts do go down.
Yeah, he's starting to lose a bit too many now, and he does lose a lot of his momentum there. He did force a lot of units out of the Zerg, but this is kind of one of those builds where you just want to keep preserving the adepts. You just want to shade over and over. Never fully commit, just take the damage as it comes. And for the Zerg, it feels like the problem is you can never really make a mistake. There's just so many waves that you have to defend without making a mistake. And as soon as you lose a good amount of adepts here, all of that pressure is relieved.
Exactly, and the problem is that Joliwa still hasn't really killed too many workers. As I say that, 2 drones go down, which is something, don't get me wrong. We even have 4 adepts coming in towards the natural base, but oh no. Threepoint is in position. She was waiting for them, and we see a full surround.
Yeah, threepoint just outpacing JoliwaLoves a little bit here. He has just been slightly faster, slightly better with the multitasking, and now threepoint finds himself in a pretty commanding position. He feels comfortable enough to get his lair up. He does have a good amount of army. Does look like he might get a little bit supply blocked there, but no, he's actually going to be going up into a 4th base as well as that Laren and Evo, so looks like he is very comfortable right now.
Yeah, exactly. His drone count was left relatively untouched, so he's free to drone, to expand, take more bases, tech up as well. He has the freedom to do so. Meanwhile, the pressure is on Joliwa, and he is moving out once again, this time with an Immortal. He has a second Immortal on the way as well, but already 2 adepts almost gets picked up.
Yeah, he's just bleeding out units. Oh no, the Immortal gets caught out by lings. Brilliant move from threepoint there, but devastating for JoliwaLoves.
Not like this, Papi, as JoliwaLoves. He loses a massive portion of his army. He only has a single Immortal remaining. He does have a lot of adepts, don't get us wrong, but here come the reinforcements for 3 points.
And the Immortal was fighting Lings that whole time. It was shooting the Lings. He wasn't focus firing the Roaches, so he loses a huge amount of the DPS there, and the Immortal is going to be focused down by the Roaches 3-point, just crushing this attack.
He just completely shuts it down. Is there anything left here for Joliwa? He still has the Prism, barely alive, limps all the way back home. And behind this, 3-point, he got away with droning. He got away with the bases. He got away with the tech as well. We have +1 range and Roach speed on the way. He's going for his counterattack, and there really isn't much at home to defend. We do have an Immortal, but there aren't any shield batteries set up.
Yeah, JoliwaLoves was looking there for a moment to move out with the 2 Adepts and a battered and bruised War Prism. Kind of like that, what is it? The Knights from, what's that British comedy thing called? Monty Python.
Yeah.
You know the knight from Monty Python who has his arms and legs cut off and he's like, it's a flesh wound. Come back here.
That's pretty much what we're seeing.
That's what that
here.
Prism was doing.
Yeah, exactly. And to be fair, he is fighting back. The Lings aren't here to support. The Lings instead are going for a Link counterattack. Instead, we do have a shield battery. We do have an overcharge though, so Joliwa is going to be able to hold on to his 3rd base. And we've had some pretty nice Immortal micro here. A lot of Roaches have been picked up. Ooh.
Yeah, nice shade there. He's going to be blocking off these Roaches, so he can start to get a lot of damage out of these Immortals. Every single Roach here going to be going down, but 3-point, he has a good amount of units behind that where that came from. Going to be trying to focus down these sentries as well. That would be a really nice pick off for him, and he is, you know, just being a bit of a nuisance with these Roaches, going down with a good fight.
Yeah, exactly. He's buying so much time. He's dragging the entire army back home as well. Oh, even here, forcing it completely back towards the natural. Meanwhile, we see reinforcements here for 3-point. We see Roaches, we see Lings, and I keep wanting to say Rainer. God damn it.
Yeah, it's pretty annoying. As we do see, yeah, the 4th going to be getting droned up as well, so pretty healthy drone count there for 3-point, getting a good amount of Lings and Roaches as well, just kind of setting up for that kill move, not rushing anything, which I really appreciate as well.
Yeah, exactly. Just taking things slow and steady. We do see even a Hive on the way, so we can get into Vipers to shut down any kind of key units, to shut down things like Disruptors or Colossi. Meanwhile, 4 Adepts are going to shade into the main base or get dropped into the main, and hey, they're actually getting some bird kills, drone kills even. Yeah,
good little bit of harass is going to be coming out there. This War Prism needs to get on out of there, but we have a 5th hatch coming up here for... oh my god, for 3-point.
Is that off center?
Why?
That looks off center.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
It's fine. Bobby doesn't need to be on center. Meta's 3-point is heading out here, and yeah, it's just you know, just one of those things where your brain just wants to say Rain, or everything tells you that it's Rain. It's a Zerg player. It's not Rain.
It's a Zerg player.
That's it. That's all you need.
He's making Lings.
It's just like Rain. Just
it's
like
Italian.
He likes his pasta.
He loves it.
Who doesn't like pasta?
He tells me all the time.
Oh.
Good to see Zealot's getting a little bit of damage here, threatening this Hive, but nothing too bad for 3-point. He can just send a few of his units back. The Warp Prism's going to stay alive. That's definitely important, but huge counterattack coming up the left here. And what do we have back at home to prepare for this for JoliwaLoves? He is getting caught out of position here, and his army's pretty small.
Oh, we do see a snipe on that Disruptor as well. The Nova does not go up. Another Immortal goes down as well. The force fields are pretty good. A lot of Roaches are going to get shaved off. Oh my god, the miss.
Oh no, the pathing.
The pathing.
Oh, the pathing.
Oh.
Man, I hate new maps sometimes. It takes a while to learn the pathing. Sometimes I feel like you kind of, you do get used to it eventually, but it's never really like a, what's the word for it? It's never like a thing that you actually have in your head. It's just kind of natural.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you ever think, I have to click over here, I have to click over there. You just kind of naturally learn where you can click and where you can't click.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. It's something that just comes to you. And speaking of coming to you, I don't know if you noticed, but 3-point, he loaded up a Doom Drop, and it's going into the main base of Joliwa. At the same time, another Disruptor is going to get picked up. Joliwa is being pulled apart right now, and he doesn't expect
the pathing again.
to jump into the main. Oh. Oh no.
Yeah, style points here for 3point. Wants to do a bit of a creative push here. Has those links to help deal with the zealots. Is going to be looking to take out these robos, snipe out some gateways, just cause general chaos all over the place. JoliwaLoves getting everything pulled over into the main here, and that's where 3point's going to be hitting this fourth.
Oh, exactly. He's converging upon this fourth base. Slow warping is going to get picked off. We do have some immortals, but they're left quite exposed. JoliwaLoves has to be careful not to lose them here as the Hydra army is stutter stepping forward. The Lings are coming in to reinforce. No, the immortals! No!
Yeah, the Link's going to wrap around those immortals, hold them in place, take those ones out. This recall, a little bit sad here, not going to be anywhere near enough, and that might just be the end here for JoliwaLoves. 3point with the style points dropping all over the place like a Terran.
Oh.
Gets it done.
GG 3point with the slam dunk, which I think is less than 3 points. I don't know how the NBA works. But regardless, does take that first game here. We saw some nice moves out of Joliwa with that 4-gate glaive adepts. Unfortunately, 3point was able to keep up with that aggression, and for the most part was able to minimize any kind of damage from that.
Yeah, he got the slam dunk from half court.
Oh,
like Michael Jordan.
Yeah. I almost said Smash.
And Bugs Bunny.
What's...
We're talking about the same thing, right?
Yeah. What's it called? Space Jam. That's it. Space Jam.
Space Jam.
Yeah.
Everybody get up. Time for the Space Jam.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. You know, there's a new one. There's a Space Jam 2.
There isn't. Like,
it doesn't have Michael Jordan. They're animals, mate. Oh my god.
Like, I need you to understand this. There's no new Space Jam, okay?
Oh my god. You know, in honor of Space Jam, I think I watched it on Netflix. I tried to watch it on Netflix like a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan is not the best actor.
Oh, yeah, no.
It was better in my memory. It was better in my childhood.
Yeah, leave it there. Just leave it there. Everything's better in your childhood. It only gets worse from
there. It only gets worse, Papi. Aye.
Papi. Quack for Soundo.
Oh. All right, true. Thank you. Massive shout out to Soundo in the chat for resubscribing for 29 months. That's a lot of months. Over 2 years of support. Thank you, Soundo. Thank you. Oh. Listen to it. Quack.
Times 10.
I thought you were going to do the Mighty Duck.
-1.
Oh. Well, thank you so much, Soundo. Thank you. We appreciate the supports. Always. We appreciate it. Beautiful.
3 babies. Yes.
Excuse me?
Okay. Is that even...
What?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. There's logic there. Yeah. It makes sense. Wait, 3 babies?
Is that allowed?
Is that allowed? What do you
mean?
mean?
Weeks between. Don't worry. As spawning here in the top left-hand corner of the map, it is the big fan of Michael Jordan himself playing for the Platinum Heroes. This is 3point.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Dragon Scales, we have his opponent, the Chinese Protoss player representing Starlight Twinkle. It is JoliwaLoves.
3 babies is nothing for life.
It's true. It's very true.
That's just a weekend away.
That's just that's a solid ladder session is what that is, mate. I don't know what you're talking about. It's half a ladder session.
Do you want to hear something kind of dumb?
Oh god.
I only just realized that 3point and Stephen Curry are both basketball related and they're friends.
Oh.
I just made that connection.
Oh, I didn't know that. I don't know who Stephen Curry is.
Oh, okay.
I don't. I thought that was just
It's like
his
one of
name.
the most famous modern No, it's a It's a very famous modern basketball player.
No,
he's
no
well known
shot.
for
No shot. When I
he's
think
well
of,
known for like hitting like every single 3-point.
When I think of basketball players, I think Michael Jordan, right? Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, but that's like 30 years ago. It's actually like 30 years ago.
Magic Mike, right? Magic Johnson.
We've had this exact conversation before.
I think so. But Magic Mike? No, what's his name? Oh god.
Magic Johnson,
That's it, yeah, Magic Johnson. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, him.
Yeah. And like what, Scottie Pippen?
Who?
He was on the Chicago Bulls with Michael Jordan.
Oh yeah, him.
Some respect on his name.
Yeah.
I know because I watched the Michael Jordan documentary on Netflix, which is really good actually.
There you go. Check out the documentary. You know, better than Space Jam 2.
Yeah. Definitely.
There's the other one. There's Shaq. I almost said Shark.
Oh yeah. Big Shaq.
Big.
Fire in the booth.
Big Shaq.
Man's not hot. Man can never be hot.
God. But yeah, that's like top 3. You know, that's yeah.
Yeah.
Stephen Curry.
Why is all your sports knowledge from like 1990s?
What do you mean?
How old are you? Your sports knowledge is like the knowledge of a 40-year-old.
Because that's when sports ended.
Are you 40?
It's like my WWE knowledge. Booyaka.
Yeah. You're like Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah.
That's when I was watching WWE.
And Hulk Hogan.
And The Rock just came out.
The Rock, yo! I remember when he came out.
Oh. Okay, so I'm trying to think who the modern ones are. I mean, you'd know like Kobe Bryant.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Kobe.
Like
when you threw your garbage in the trash can.
Yo,
like,
I had teachers that did that in high school, and I did not understand why. Like, as in, I didn't know what they were talking about. I was like, what? Who? You know, the teachers that are trying to relate to the kids and be cool, and I was very confused.
Yeah, and now you like throw your rubbish in the bin and you go Kobe, and then you wipe away a tear from your eye.
Speaking of wiping away tears, JoliwaLoves is going for the exact same, or actually a very similar build. I say similar because he's going for 3-gate instead of 4.
Yeah, so a bit more of an economic version, and it looks like 3-point's going to be committing very hard here to the Roach defense. His Roach Warren already finished.
Yeah, Roach Warren is already done here for 3-point. His worker count's honestly looking a little bit low. He's actually got some overlords on the way. I think the droning may just be done here for 3-point.
I can't believe you don't know Stephen Curry.
Yeah. Is it Stephen or Steven?
Do you know Steven?
Oh, LeBron James?
I can't remember. Yeah, LeBron James. Yeah, there you go.
There you go. I know him.
And Stephen Curry's probably like bigger than LeBron now, or maybe like the same. I don't know. He was just like really famous for like he had a ridiculous percentage of 3-point shots.
I know Kuroko no Basket.
Oh, what? Who?
Who's the guy? I remember watching a documentary on there was a Chinese basketball player that was famously like bigger than Shaq, like taller than Shaq, and I think he's in like the Hall of Fame. You know him, yeah? Yeah.
I know exactly who you mean.
Yeah. He was sick. He was cool. I liked him.
Yeah, he was cool.
Yeah.
Big Shaq. You done know. Yao Ming, there we go. Thank you, chat.
Yao Ming, yeah, they know. Yeah, let's go, Papi.
I thought you were gonna say it after you said like it was like a Japanese sounding name, so I thought you were gonna start telling me about like a basketball anime, and you were like this documentary.
No, that's what Kuroko no Basket is. That's a basketball anime. It's actually really sick. I love it.
Yeah, okay.
It's good.
Or it's a documentary.
It's a documentary about Michael Jordan. It's on Netflix.
Jesus Christ.
It's actually on Netflix.
Okay. I don't really watch anime. I don't know. Never really clicked.
What do you mean? You're Totoro.
Yeah, I don't really count that as anime.
It's anime.
I guess so, but it's not like the same as like an anime show. Like it's too high quality to be anime.
You're an anime. See, you see that's the difference between you and me. Okay, you were too busy watching the NRLs, the Cronulla Sharks.
Ghibli.
Yeah, Ghibli. Could be watching anime.
I was training by the sword.
As we see Jolo moving out here with his Stalker army, +1 is already done. He's got his blink. It was really weird. Like he opened up with 3 gates glaives, but he never really applied any pressure with them. He was just kind of chilling at home, which is why it was kind of odd and why the basketball talk kept going.
Yeah, he made for a really low commitment, and then he made all these Stalkers, and these Stalkers don't have Oracle support, so it feels really odd here. He's putting a lot of pressure down here on this hatch, but the only reason he's really getting away with this is because 3point's already gone into a lurker den.
Yeah, 3point has been doing something that's pretty illegal. I would say it's illegal, as he's going to be losing even a couple of overlords here. Stephen Curry, JoliwaLoves. Has to be a little bit careful not to overextend. As you correctly pointed out, he doesn't have the support of his oracles, but 3point he just techs straight up into an infestation pit and a lurker den. He's crazy.
Yeah, he's getting punished really hard for that. The Stalkers are taking some fantastic trades here against these Lings and Roaches, and he's barely holding on here when he was in a really good position. I mean, the initial defense of that 3-gate was just so clean. Nothing was really done with that, and he would have been in a really good spot if he hadn't gone so incredibly greedy here into lurkers. And there we go, the lurkers are revealed.
Lurkers are finally revealed. We have a massive supply block. We do see 3point desperately trying to get a 4th base up and running, but I 100% agree with you there. I mean, if all he had done was stay on Ling Roach Ravager, he would be perfectly fine. To be honest, he would have had a standing army. He would have had enough to defend against the Glaive Adepts as well as his 4th base, but it is not meant to be. And now we see him struggling a little bit with the economy. Like, look at the worker count here of Joliwa. Look at the base count as well. He is left perfectly okay.
Yeah, 3point here desperately trying to get up these spines and defend this base. Luckily for him, charge hasn't quite kicked in yet, so these aren't the scariest zealots here, but it could be a bit of an issue for him there if he does expose these lurkers to the Blink Stalkers.
Definitely, we do have detection available for these Blink Stalkers. They try to focus on one of those lurkers, but the Queens are here to transfuse and keep them alive. The Stalkers are going to try and shock around here and rotate over towards the 4th base. 3point is keeping up with these rotations. He does rotate and move over his lurkers, but behind this, we have a 2nd robo on the way. We have a Bay. We have Disruptors coming out. Oh, the lurkers!
Oh, almost gets on top of the lurkers. Bit of a misclick there. Unfortunately, isn't going to be able to get any of those, but at the same time, Big Zealot run by coming on into the natural, and there is nothing here to deal with them.
Oh my god, he's an animal. He just moved command of them straight into the main. They ran past everything, and they made it into the main base. At the same time, the Stalkers move forward. Once again, they pick off those spine crawlers. Once again, though, they haven't been able to get any of these lurkers. Not yet. Meanwhile, another Zealot run by into the natural.
Yeah, nice Zealot run by there. Going to be able to take out a few of those drones. Getting some good damage here. There is a lurker there on the ramp. That's going to try to stop any Zealots from going up into the main, but this whole mineral line is going to be going down here to those Zealots.
Oh, the mineral line goes down at the same time. Nova's going! 4 lurkers go down. The insane disruption shots. Oh.
Huge disruptor shots, and the defense is broken. GG is called.
GG. JoliwaLoves fights back, punishes the greed of 3point of Raynor, and takes game 2.
Very nice. So Starlight Twinkle, they are not going to be going down without a fight. They put one on the board, and they will be continuing on to the 3rd match.
Oh boy, that was almost disastrous. Again, the early game looked really good for 3point. The early to mid game was quite solid, and because he was ahead, he was like, you know what? Let's have some fun. Let's style this guy. Let's go for the slam dunk from the half court, just like Michael Jordan. And yeah, he just kind of, it's not allowed. You can't do that. It's not Only in Looney Tunes. Oh.
He's on fire. Did you ever see that? I don't actually know what it's called, but the old basketball game where, like, when you get the slam dunk, the character like catches fire.
I get what you're saying. It's in my brain.
I think it is called NBA Jam.
Oh, beautiful.
He's on fire, puppy.
Actually on fire. And yeah, with that, we move on to our third match here. We've been casting a little bit of him recently. Up next is going to be AqueroN going up against Hyperion.
I always get confused when you say AqueroN because there's a 5K American Protoss called AqueroN.
Oh, I did not know that. Okay.
Like with a CH.
Oh,
I always get so confused because I say it as well.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, AqueroN's playing in this?
AqueroN, yeah. I know him. True.
Yeah.
One of these days I have to ask our Spanish Terran player here if it's, because I know if you're English you'd pronounce it like aqua, like it'd be I can't even do it.
Aquarium.
Aquarian, yeah, like the Pokemon. But he's Spanish, so it's like que, you know? Yeah.
Aquarium.
Yeah. Yeah, you got it.
¿Qué pasó?
Beautiful. As we're loading into our fifth game here, again, Platinum Heroes have a pretty strong leader so far. Can they maintain it? Can they end it here and now? Or can Team Edward fight back?
¿Qué pasó? Like, what do you know?
No, ¿qué pasó is like, what happened? ¿Qué pasó?
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay. Here, spawning in the top left-hand corner of the map, playing for Starlight Twinkle, this is Hyperion.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Babylon, we have the Spanish Terran player representing Platinum Heroes. It is AqueroN.
Oh, it's a Terran.
Oh, just for you, Papi. Just for you.
And he has a Zerg. Just smooch. AqueroN has some of the most gross TBZ builds. This is going to be great.
Oh, yeah, now that I think about it, I haven't seen too much of his TBZ. Typically, when we get to cast him, it's against a Terran or a Protoss player more often than not. So I'm curious to see what he has in store for us. Does he ever take a third in this matchup?
No.
No?
No.
Oh.
Nah.
Oh.
He's just like me, puppy. 2 bases.
He's an Hannibal. He's an Asher clone. Oh, boy.
True.
Oh boy, so we'll see how Hyperion does. Hyperion is a player that I'm a little bit more familiar with. He's one of the more active Chinese players in the weekly ESL Open Cup scene. You love to see him, every other week he's there in those weekly tournaments. Very active. And also one of those up-and-comers as well. Apparently on the Kaizi clan in-game, question mark?
Yeah, I was a bit confused by that. So before we had Heroes, Raynor, and now we have Kaizi, Hyperion.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Put them together and you get Kaizi Raynor.
You get a jumbled brain.
True story.
There you go. I want some pizza.
Ooh. I
Ever
already
since
ordered food. I can't talk about pizza. Get some pizza though. Yeah, do it.
Ever since we talked about the pasta when we were talking about Raynor, like I was just, I wish I said pizza.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah,
When did we talk about pasta?
like 2 games ago.
Okay.
We were talking
You
about
never
how
forgot.
clearly 3-point is Raynor because he likes pasta. He's Italian.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, it makes sense.
There you go. We see a spore getting forced out here for the Zerg. Did have a little bit of a hatch block there, so this third's going to be decently delayed here.
Yeah, quite delayed.
He is me.
Oh, he killed the critter. These Terran players, they're animals, mate. They're actually animals.
No, the crit is fine. It's still there.
What do you mean? He killed one.
It's just dim. No, he didn't. He didn't. He would never.
The cope. Oh my god.
It was a Zergling. Don't worry.
Sure. As we do see a 3cc starport build here from AqueroN, so relatively macro-oriented. Definitely not something that I was expecting, but we'll see what comes from this.
Yeah, I lied to you. We're just going to be getting a pretty standard-looking 3cc build here.
Oh. Isn't Hannah? It's Cloud.
Yeah, going to be dipping it back in. Takes out one of those creep tumors.
Yeah.
Very nice pickup.
Very nicely done here by AqueroN, you know, be able to slow down some of that creep behind this. It's kind of what we should expect to be seeing here. Are we going to be getting an add-on switch as well with, and it looks like we will, to be getting into some potentially Banshee production. So yeah, kind of your stock standard TVZ so far. Nothing crazy out of either player.
Yeah. 3cc Banshee, he thinks he's better, puppy.
Is that your rationale?
Yeah, if I have a 3cc Banshee, someone on ladder, they should feel disrespected. Not gonna lie.
Smurge, Papi, smurge. I mean, I don't blame AqueroN. Like, Hyperion is definitely a lesser known player, and especially when it comes to the Chinese players, you know, he typically does get overshadowed by players like Silky and Tudming. So definitely has to really earn that respect and earn the right to force AqueroN to ape him a little bit.
Yeah, so AqueroN is going to be playing things pretty stock standard here. Interestingly, hasn't gone for Cloak yet, so actually going to be going for, oh, I love this. This is the, and I want to call it the Oliveira build, but Oliveira said he got it from Innovation. So yeah, we'll call it the Innovation build. It's going to be a no Cloak double Banshee build, so that does mean that you save that little bit of gas. You can get that stim faster, the 1-1 on the way a little bit faster as well. Just a little bit of a different way to go about things, and it's something that we saw Oliveira play against Raynor at IEM Katowice.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of potential with this. I mean, again, you're going to be pulling back a little bit when it comes to how much you're investing into your harassment, but damage can still be done, as we can see here as well. The Hellions are just poking and prodding, keeping the creep at bay, and Hyperion hasn't really been able to regain any of that map control yet, and the Banshees are finally going to be moving out.
Yeah, so when Oliveira and Innovation did this, they went for 8 racks, so I think we're going to be seeing an 8 racks here. That feels very AqueroN. I could see that happening.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that production tab to see how many additional racks get thrown down. For the time being, we do only have those 3. 1-1 is on the way. The Banshees are looking to slip into the main base. Spores are set up, as we did scout earlier. Hyperion is fully aware of the potential Banshees.
Yeah, still going to be taking a little bit of damage here. This Extractor is in a bit of danger, which is actually pretty annoying. Berserk here, getting a bit distracted as well by these Hellion rotations. He is going to be threatening to take out that Queen, already takes out 3 drones, so these are pretty good Banshees. I mean, without the commitment of Cloak, they are doing a really good job.
Exactly, the Queens are having a hard time rotating because of all of these Hellions. Creep is being cleaned up as well. Hyperion has to be very careful with that drone transfer. Doesn't want to give an excuse to AqueroN to kind of commit and dive into that mineral line. And yeah, Hyperion, he's going to be, you know, struggling a little bit. No massive losses, but some nice trades for AqueroN overall.
Yeah, AqueroN definitely feels like doing a little bit of a skill check here. Just trying to use these Hellions and these Banshees to poke little holes in the defense and kind of flex his multitasking macro over the other player behind this. It's a pretty well-timed double drop that he's got coming out here as well, so he will be able to continue to put the pressure on.
Yeah, definitely. You know, he's fully aware as well that there is very limited vision and scouting available for Hyperion, as the army is going to meet up here with these Hellions. Armory is still on the way, so no Hellbats are going to be available, but mate, you don't need Hellbats as the army is pushing on forward. Bailing speed is done, so he does have to be careful. Hyperion is trying to wrap around from behind.
Yeah, I really like this move for Hyperion, but it's not really going to pay off. Oh, I spoke too soon. Massive bailing connections on the entire meat of the Terran army. That is terrible trades there for AqueroN, and suddenly all of the momentum is in Hyperion's favor.
He wasn't looking, Bob. He wasn't looking. He was a little bit distracted by his own Banshees as he came into the main base, and he pays a massive price for it. He still has a double drop that's going to be moving out to keep the pressure up, but honestly, Hyperion is free to drone saturate his bases and kind of do what he wants.
Yeah, he was not expecting that Lingbane to be there. He really got caught off guard, and suddenly Hyperion looking pretty scary with this Lingbane army here. I mean, you still don't really want to be attacking into a Terran, so he's going to be playing these things pretty safe, as we do see that Banshee as well. Going to be putting some harassment down. Unfortunately, doesn't have Cloak, so it can't really stay here.
Yeah, can't really do too much. Is forced back. Overall, the creep is looking very nice here for Hyperion, at least towards the south. He's lacking some of that creep on over towards the northern side of the map, so he's going to be trying to focus and prioritize that instead. Meanwhile, the Hydra Den has already been thrown down, and Hydras are on the way.
Hydras are on the way as we see this double drop up to the north. Going to be putting some harassment down. Once again, big Bane connections, and AqueroN maybe just being thrown for a little bit of a loop against Hyperion here. Possibly expecting this to be a bit of an easier match and having a bit more of a stiff test than he was expecting.
Yeah, once again, AqueroN, he was actually looking at his southern drop instead and just missed out on picking up those Marines twice now, and now Hyperion is taking a pretty large supply lead. His economy has been left for the most part untouched, and now he can focus on nothing but Lingbane production.
Oh, one thing that I do notice and I'm worried about, he hasn't started +2 attack. That's a pretty important upgrade for the Banelings.
Yeah, no +2, only +2 armor. Meanwhile, we do have a bit of a Baneling run by towards the south. The wall gets knocked down. The Lings are coming on in as well. Looks like the tower is going to be focused down, as well as a couple of these SCVs.
Yeah, 9 SCVs going down, 10 SCVs going down. Very solid damage there, as well as all his depots. This base is under a lot of trouble as well. I mean, this all just comes off the momentum from the early game.
It really does. The tanks are left exposed. The Banelings are rolling on in. There's just too much Zerg available. He may not have +2, but apparently he doesn't need it.
Yeah, he smashes through. 38 SCVs go down, and looks like this orbital might just go down as well. This was a crushing attack here by Hyperion, and AqueroN looks like he is on his death throes.
Yeah, exactly. Hyperion's like, mate, you disrespect me by playing standard? You're an animal, Poppy. I'm gonna make you pay the price. And yeah, we just saw a lot of really good trades for Hyperion overall, just catching it on time and time again. You know, kind of asleep at the wheel. The base is gonna burn down. No!
No, the 4th. Oh, that's brutal. Yeah, I mean, that one moment with that first double drop where the Banelings hit everything, that's that moment that you have in the latter games where you're like, oh, I'm gonna lose this game. Oh no.
That's when you feel the smudge creeping up on you. You know that it's coming, and you can't stop it. You know, it's just
like it's over, Puffy. We're dead. I know you like to say that when anything happens in your game, but sometimes it's true.
It's always true, Puppy. It's always true. It's over. Unless
it's over. Oh, GG.
I just want to play some StarCraft.
Yeah, AqueroN, he just wants to play some StarCraft too, but he is having a lot of trouble with that. He is going to be rebuilding his 4th here, but he is starting to mine out on all of his bases, and he is not going to be able to support regenerating this bio. Does have a good amount of tanks here, but behind this we do see +3 Carapace on the way here. +2 attack going to be finishing up. Didn't really need it in the end. He got away with it, and he does have that adrenal glands coming as well.
He does. All the high luck upgrades that you would expect to be seeing. We're lacking a little bit more finesse, whether that comes with a Viper or even a Lurker Den, and that may hurt him. We'll see, as we do have some drops being set up here. We do have a medevac slipping in towards the northern portion of the map, but there's no other kind of multi-pronged harassment being set up here. Just this one drop is looking to slip into the main.
Yeah, I actually wouldn't hate to see Ultras here from Hyperion, but we'll see if he can get it done just with Lingbane.
Yeah, there's potential.
Yeah, there we go. Ultra Den goes down.
Ultra Cavern is thrown down. We do have the drop into the main base. A lot of drones are going to be falling as well. Hyperion was maxed, doesn't really have too much to defend. All of these queens are getting caught in this choke point. So a good trade overall. Could even get the infestation bit, but does lift off. Oh.
The smart lad. Knew it. The Ultras.
You're a Zerg player.
Yeah. Good to see Hyperion just kind of sharking around with this Lingbane, but I like that he's not just throwing this into the tank line. I mean, there's really no reason to attack here. We can just wait for a fourth. And for AqueroN, looks like his plan here is just going to be going for an insane supermax with all of these tanks. And he is starting to get into a pretty scary army. We have 11 tanks here. We have 18 Marauders.
Oof.
Oh, but he's unsieged. He's unsieged, Poppy.
He's unsieged, Poppy. The Baileys are rolling on in. Not the efficient trades that you want to be looking for, but it's good enough anyway. All the tanks are going to go down.
Oh my, these Banelings just destroy everything in their path. Like you said, not an efficient trade, but AqueroN just does not have the economy to replenish this army. And behind this, we see 50 Lings, 3 Ultras on the way. There is no way AqueroN's going to be able to hold this. Zerg already remaxed here.
Yeah, exactly. I thought he was crazy for pushing on in without Vipers, but you know what? He's unsieged, and you just gotta go for it whenever you see the tanks on siege. Okay,
anytime, even if you lose the game, it's worth it.
Exactly, it's just a Zerg thing to do. You can't help it. You know, you have the sudden urge to just dive in with your army, and sometimes it works. And this is an example
like a pit bull. I mean, if you
excuse me,
if you come up to the light pit bull and you're wearing a meat dress, you're gonna get bit.
What? As we do see the fort base going down as well, Baileys are rolling on forward, and it looks like from here the Ultras may just be a little bit too much. Oh, actually, I think it looks like we're barely going to clean up the Ultras.
Yeah, pretty awful trades, but yeah. 23 SCVs go down, the fourth goes down as well. Look at the supply. There is no way AqueroN can get back to this game. GG is called, and Hyperion takes another game for Starlight Twinkle.
Wow, GG. Hyperion, the underdog in this series, fights back, punishes AqueroN for, you know, not having the attention span there, for leaving some of his drops a little bit idle at the wrong moments, at the wrong time. And Hyperion, hey, solid game one.
Like, you're getting a little robot-y.
Oh, I apologize. Hold on. Are we even in Sydney?
Bit of a bleep bloop.
Hold on. Are we even in Sydney? We may not be in Sydney. No, we're not. Hold on. Un momento.
Okay.
There we go. Hello. Can you hear me, Bobby? Can you hear me?
Yeah, and I can see you. You were so pixely before.
Oh, we were in India.
Okay.
The Discord server was in India, and now we're back to Sydney, Bobby. We're back.
Did you enjoy your travels?
Oh, I saw Demi.
Oh,
yeah. Wonderful. It was his birthday a couple of days ago. It was his birthday.
It was, yeah. We played some Dota last night. It was awful.
Oh. Beautiful. Oh my god. Well, here we go. Our next game, and Starlight Twinkle, they need to win this game to bring it to the ace match. Can they pull it off? Platinum Heroes still have a lead in this series, and if they win this game, they are going to be able to take it 4-2.
Yeah, and this game, it is going to be on Dragon Scales. This is a map that I actually think it's kind of interesting map for TVZ. It feels like there's good advantages for both sides. There's very attackable thirds for both people. There's a lot of potential for drops for the Terran, but lots of open spaces for the Zerg to abuse. I think we've had some pretty interesting TVZs on this map, and it's been growing on me.
Yeah, you know, a lot of these maps, you know, we had some kind of some predetermined thoughts on a lot of them, but you know what, they are defying our expectations, and we have been having some amazing games, and we'll see if that trend continues.
That's right, as here we go, spawning in the bottom right hand corner of the map for Starlight Twinkle, getting a little bit of an upset here in game one. Is he going to be able to do it again and get them into the ace match? This is Hyperion.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Dragon Scales, we have his opponent, the Spanish Terran player representing Platinum Heroes. It is AqueroN. Oh boy. Alright, so I have a prediction. We're not going to see a 3CC Banshee again. I think he's angry.
I think this Rax is misplaced.
Oh, it is. Is it misplaced or is it intentional?
I think it's misplaced.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we are going to be seeing something a little bit different. Maybe going to be pulling out the two-base all-in. I know two-base all-ins have been pretty popular on this map just because of how abusable this main and triangle third is. All of these bases, they're really, really far away from each other, and they're kind of awkward to defend. We've even been seeing two-base all-ins in TVT on this map, so it is a map where being the defender can be really awkward.
Yeah, it really can be. So we can see, well, we'll see if AqueroN tries to take advantage of the map in that way. I imagine so. As you were saying earlier, he's kind of known for his aggressive plays, and it's very possible in game number 1 he was trying to feel out his opponent, especially because I'm sure they are not familiar with each other. AqueroN focusing a little more on the European ladder, Hyperion on the Korean one, just because of the regions overall. So I'm sure he's a little bit more unfamiliar with him.
Yeah, and we're actually going to be getting a 2-on-1. This is something that I have not seen in a long time. Just a straight up 2-on-1.
There you go. We are going to be repositioning that Rax. You'll have to see it. Wait, am I crazy? Did he lift it up and did it land exactly the same place as it was before?
I don't know. It was 1 hex to the left.
Okay. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh god, is able to wall off completely there at his ramp, and yeah, as you said, this is a little more of a rarer build than it used to be.
Yeah, I mean, I've been seeing Beyond do this a lot off a CC first, but just a straight up 2-on-1, definitely not something that you see a lot of the time, and this is AqueroN looking to put a very heavy amount of pressure on here.
Oh yeah, definitely, and we'll see if Hyperion can try and if he can actually catch wind of what is going on exactly. He does have one Overlord across the map, but it's outside the natural. It's not poised to go into the main base, so for the time being, he is going to be in the dark. Shortly, he's going to recognize that there aren't any Hellions coming out, and then he's going to be tipped off a little bit as to what's going on. But for the time being, again, doesn't know.
I would just say it's kind of hilarious. He skill checked him a bit in the first game and then lost the first game, and now he's skill checking him harder. Such a powerful move, but yeah, this is kind of interesting. I think I'm actually, now that I think about it, I'm kind of surprised that we haven't seen 2-on-1 more on this map. I know Beyond's been going for CC first 2-on-1s into 2-base all-ins, but especially against a player that does go for this triangle base, which notably AqueroN did force it by SEV blocking the line base. I think a 2-on-1's extremely strong here just because the main's so big. Like, it's so hard to cover all of the drop areas in the main as well as covering the third. I think this is a very intelligent build choice for this map, and I'm surprised we haven't seen it more.
Yeah, and maybe we could be seeing a bit of a trend here. I mean, the map pool is still relatively new, and I'm sure Terran players are still feeling things out. I'm sure AqueroN himself, you know, this probably is a good reason as to why he has chosen this build on this map. We'll see how it works out for him as we now have the add-on switch. The first 2 Meta-X are on the way, and once they are done, he's going to be zooming across the map. And we'll see if Hyperion can defend this as he's going in with his Overlord, and he finally has eyes on that Marine count.
Yeah, so unfortunately for AqueroN, the Marine count going to get spotted out nice and early, so we should be having a response very quickly out of Hyperion. Going to be throwing down an Evo Chamber and a Bane's Nest in response, and should be stopping roughly around this drone count as well.
He actually made another wave of drones, which is really risky, actually. I'm a little bit concerned. He's going to be droning up to 51, I believe, which is more than enough. Hopefully from here, he just continues link production. He's got plenty of queens here on the front lines. He should be okay as the drop it's making his way across the map.
51's fine.
Oh boy, and at least, you know, again, we haven't droned up from here. We just see AqueroN is actually going straight into the main.
Yeah, I really like this. He's going to be able to dip into that main. Does make it kind of awkward for these links to get in on top of these, so just going to be dropping that. Stim has to be careful, of course, doesn't have combat shields yet, so doesn't want to be trading too aggressively with the links.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he does pick off that gas geyser with his, which is quite nice. A lot of lost mine time as well. He's going to trade against these links, and he's going to get out of there, but he's going to lose a couple of Marines.
Yeah, a few Marines going to be going down. We should have that follow-up third medevac joining up with this pretty soon as well. It's actually going to be 2 medevacs. Okay, interesting.
Oh, yeah, he's actually bringing a Widowmine across the map as well.
Mhm.
So, mixing in a little bit of flair there. Hyperion has to be very careful with his link control, not for that Widowmine shot not to go off on his main army. Hyperion splitting up his links quite well, actually, between his main and his third.
Yeah, so this is a bit of an old school way to do the 2-on-1. We've seen Mario a lot of the time going for a 3 medevac follow-up, but this one's going to be a 4 medevac follow-up, so just a little bit stronger than usual. And oh, I love this, a drop into the main, but it's covered so well here by Hyperion. This is great defense so far.
Yeah, the Lings are already here in position. We do see AqueroN actually finds a place to land though over on the right-hand side. Hyperion just wasn't looking in time, and now we have the unload. The Spore is going to be going down. We do have that mine behind this. He's trying to focus on the hatchery.
Yeah, unfortunately, some pretty slow, pretty slow response coming out from Hyperion. All the Banes get targeted down, and oh, looks like he's just dead, just like that.
Yeah, just like that. The Ling Bane army does crumble. The hatchery goes down. The main is forfeit. The sporting pool is going to go down as well.
Yeah, AqueroN was not messing around this time. Just blasts down everything there. Has that tank follow up as well as the 3 Raxes, and he is going to be able to put on a huge amount of pressure here. It's really going to be a struggle for Hyperion to hold on here.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes something like a 2-on-1 can snowball here. The defense was on a knife's edge, and we saw that he had Lings in position, he had Lings in his main, but just wasn't able to deny that unload, wasn't able to respond in time. And now AqueroN, he's just piling up that aggression. He shows up here with 2 more tanks.
Yeah, and there's no Lings to support these Banes. He can't engage this Marine count. This hatchery can't be saved.
He's going to try his hardest. He has to do whatever he can, but there just aren't any links to support these Baneleys. He knows he can't engage. Every queen is going to be going down. GG gets called, and AqueroN takes game number 2, and he takes that 4th win for his team for Platinum Heroes.
GG. AqueroN saving Platinum Heroes there at the 11th hour with a brutal timing with those 4 medevacs. And that'll be that, but really good fight there by Starlight Twinkle. I didn't think this was going to be that close.
Yeah, again, Starlight Twinkle, they're a little bit lesser known as a team. They're more of a clan than anything, to be honest. But, you know, there are a lot of great players there regardless, especially amongst the Chinese community. It's great to see them come out and participate a little bit more in these online foreign events so they can intermingle a little bit more with the Europeans, with the Americans, with everyone else. And they didn't have a bad showing. Not a bad showing at all.
Yeah, love to see it, and good to check out some Chinese players ahead of them joining our region, you know?
True. Very true indeed. So yeah, congratulations to Arch, threepoint, and AqueroN, especially Arch. You know, he didn't drop a single map. Things were a little bit closer and a little bit scarier amongst some of these other matches. Yeah, exactly. I don't think that Platinum Heroes fielded a weak lineup. I think that's the most impressive thing. Arch, threepoint, and AqueroN, at the time, I do think that they are the strongest players on Platinum Heroes.
Yep. Probably, yeah.
Yeah. As a reminder, these matches were played out before the acquisition of Vindicta. Of course, now they have a new ace player. Now they have a new best player in Vindicta. But yeah, GG, well played. That was, of course, one of the first rounds of the Rak'Shir Invitational, and if you're interested in some more of these Team League matches, we are going to be back tomorrow. I say we, myself and Yaku, we're going to be casting some more of these matches tomorrow evening.
Yeah, so plenty more action where that came from, and those were some pretty fun games today, so good idea to, you know, check that out, get amongst it.
Yeah.
Doesn't always have to be about the top players. There's still plenty of entertaining StarCraft at that level that's just breaking into that top pro kind of area.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we got some Raynor today, to be fair.
True.
Oh my god. So yeah, exactly. Some entertaining matches nonetheless. I hope you enjoyed it, Asher. We even had a crazy TBT with you as well. Hopefully Milky Cow earned some new fans. That's all I have to say.
Oh, I forgot about that. That was wild.
He was actually
Yeah.
crazy. He's beautiful, Poppy. He's beautiful. Oh my god. So yeah, definitely check out the VODs if you were unable to tune into the previous match that we did have. It was Psystorm Gaming against CSO Esports. Definitely worth checking out. And if you do tune in tomorrow, we are going to be casting. Let me just quickly double check. As I do look for those matches. But I believe we are going to be casting, I think it's Platinum Heroes versus SLT, Starlight Twinkle, as well as Psystorm versus sorry, it's Platinum Heroes.
That's fair,
Yeah, Platinum Heroes versus Psystorm. It's gonna be sick.
That makes sense. Yeah.
There you go. So if you're interested, you can tune in for that series tomorrow. Meanwhile, we're done here for the day. A bit of a shorter broadcast, actually. Only 3 hours. Oh,
Nice. It's less than 7.
it is less than 7. It is less than 7. You can actually sleep on time today, Pop. You can sleep on time.
Maybe. It's there's potential for it. Let's say that.
Beautiful, mate. Beautiful.
It'll be my fault this time, at least.
You're still gonna blame. You're gonna ladder after this anyway. Don't try and kid us. Oh boy. So yeah, I'm just double checking. And yes, Platinum Heroes versus Psystorm is tomorrow, alongside CSO Esports versus Starlight Twinkle. And over the weekend, we're gonna be casting live Platinum Heroes against CSO and Starlight Twinkle against Psystorm Gaming, where hopefully Platinum Heroes will be able to field their brand new player, their new ace, San Miguelito.
Hell yeah. Hope we get to see it.
Hope so as well. Oh boy. With that, Asher, every time now I ask you this one important question. When's the next stream, Poppy? When's the next stream? Why are you smirching? What's happening?
I don't want to. I was thinking about Saturday maybe, but I think I have something on Saturday now. So one day.
Okay. Is the ladder okay, Poppy? Is it?
Yeah, the ladder's fine.
Okay. That's good. That's good. Just take care of yourself. Take care of your sanity as well. I know ladder can be brutal sometimes, and it has been brutal, but no, sounds good. Sounds good.
Yeah.
I
thought you streamed for about 30 minutes today.
I streamed for an hour. I streamed for 1 hour today, okay? 45 minutes. 50 minutes. 35 minutes. I streamed for a period of time. If you want to tune in to some sporadic live VIP ladder sessions, that you can follow me on my own Twitch channel, light_VIP on Twitch. I do try and stream on a daily basis, as short as some streams may be. But yeah, I'll be live tomorrow before we are live here on the CranKy Ducklings. I'll try and squeeze in a couple of games, as many as I can. So if you want to tune into basically that last game that we saw where Hyperion died to a 2-1-1, if you want to tune into that, I got you, Papi. I got you. I can do the same thing. But I'll just die to the first push instead of the second one. So I got you covered there if you're interested in some lovely Zerg gameplay. And yeah, outside of that, follow the CranKy Ducklings. We're going to try and cover all of the Rak'Shir League matches that are ahead of us. And in the coming weeks, we have plenty more StarCraft as well. The ESL Open Cups, the Korean Star League tournament is starting next week, so be sure to be here for some Korean action. It's going to be beautiful.
Yes, don't miss it.
Don't miss it, Poppy. Don't miss it. With that, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Before we head off, of course, if you want to support us, you can subscribe here on Twitch. You can check us out on Patreon. All the money that we make there on Patreon goes towards upcoming events that we are planning. I believe our Patreon is going to be revamped soon, TM, with some new goals, with some new plans. So keep an eye out for the CranKy Duckling announcements, because we got some news coming soon, TM. Soon.
Yeah, it's going to be some really exciting stuff coming up. So might be some return of some old things.
And maybe
some new things.
Oh. Maybe some Asher pancake streams.
Oh, Vegemite pancake stream.
Let's go, Poppy. Let's go. Asher, do you have anything you want to say before we head off here for the night?
Always remember your pants.
Oh.
They'll serve you well.
Okay. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.